and welcome to DIY Beauty Lab, where I take anti-aging to the next level with DIY beauty treatments that you can do at home. So today I'm going to be microblading my own eyebrows. Now before you panic and freak out because I'm going to be tattooing my face, I just want you to know I've been doing this for about 5 years on myself, and so I know what I'm doing and you don't have to worry about me messing up my face. But on that note, this is a tattoo that is permanent on your face. It doesn't wear off for at least a year and actually beyond that. And so you definitely do not want to attempt this on your face unless you really know what you're doing. So if you love all things anti-aging and beauty, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Also the notification bell if you want to be notified every time a new video drops on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. Now I'm not going to be giving myself a whole new eyebrow shape. I'm going to be working with what I already have. I'm simply going to be giving myself a little bit more volume, some more hairs within the shape that I already have. Now that definitely is where you will want a professional microblade artist to be doing your brows if you want bigger brows or if you want to recreate the shape. They know exactly how to make it perfectly proportionate to your face and how to make it even. You definitely don't want to have an eyebrow that's higher than the other because you are tattooing your face and this is not going to come off for a very long time. With that being said, let's get started. All the products I'm going to be using today I got off of Amazon, so it will all be linked below. This is the ink that I'm going to be using. It is by Choose. I am going to be using dark brown. This is the microblading tool that I will be using right here. Today I'm going to be using a tip that is kind of at an angle like this. You can also use a tip that is more round. I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of rounded at the top. I feel like I have a little bit more control with this one and it allows me to get that perfect shape to my eyebrows. Now typically I would numb my eyebrows with this 10% Neocaine. This is from Bionicare. This stuff is amazing. It will numb you up and you will not be able to feel anything. Now today I don't have a lot of time to film this video per usual, so I will not be numbing myself. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and get through it. But typically what I would do is I will take this and I will put it on my eyebrows, put a little bit of saran wrap over to keep it on there, and I would leave this on for like 30 minutes to get myself all numbed up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with sanitizing my face. I'm gonna get my makeup off here with this alcohol wipe. So as I said before, I'm not gonna go in and completely give myself a new eyebrow shape. I'm simply wanting to give myself a little bit more volume. You'll notice right here at the front of my eyebrows, I don't have as many as I do right out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a few more hairs right in here. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a little bit more volume in the arches here. I tend to not have as many eyebrows right there. And then also you'll notice I tend to not have as many eyebrow hairs on this one side. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a few more hairs that kind of come off on the side, but you'll notice that I have microbladed my eyebrows within the last year. So I still have a little bit of color left inside. I would say that this lasts about a year before it starts kind of turning more of a gray color, and then you need to go in and fill it in. I'm gonna go ahead and put the diagram up right above me so you can see the look that I'm going for with my eyebrows. Now it's super important to make sure that the hairs that you are creating with this pen are going to have a natural look to them. So you want to go with the natural patterns of your eyebrows. I'm gonna use this trusty little ring right here. This is where I'm gonna put all of the ink, and it's gonna allow me to be able to quickly access the ink as I am microblading my brows. So I'm going to use this pencil right here, and this is going to allow me to see where I do not want to go with my eyebrows. I'm going to keep with the shape that I have, but I do know that I want to kind of go out a little bit on the sides further than my eyebrows currently go. So I'm going to want to kind of extend it. Now the rule of thumb when you're doing your eyebrows is if you put a pen right up to the corner of your eyes and the corner of your nose, you want your eyebrows to end right about here. Now you'll notice that my hairs kind of go out there, but I still need a little bit more volume right there on the outside. So I'm just going to kind of take it down just a little bit. Go ahead and do the same on the other side. Let's measure that out. Yep, so this one doesn't come out as far. So we're going to take that out just a tad a bit further. Now I do want my eyebrows to come in just a tad bit more. You'll notice that I still have a little bit of the ink right here. That's actually not hair right there. That's just leftover ink from the last time I did this. So I'm going to take my eyebrows out just a tad bit more. There we go. So I'm going to be working within these boundaries right here. All right, here we go. Let's microblade my eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and put some ink right here in this cute little ring. There we go. Go ahead and dip this in. Now every single time you want to make sure that you have some ink on the blade. So now I'm going to turn the direction of where my blade's going to go. We're going to go sideways. Now the reason that I'm only doing a few hairs at a time is whenever you put the ink and the blade to your eyebrows, it spreads a little bit and you're not able to see what you've already done. And you definitely need to see what you've done and where you need to go next before you move on. So now this is very serious business. I can't be jacking up my eyebrows, so I won't be talking to you guys much until I finish this because I need to focus. And what I like to do while I'm working on the other eyebrow is I go in and I put some ink, just let it sit there while the other one is getting microbladed. This really helps it go into the wound that I've created. And So now I'm going to go back to the other eyebrow, so I'm going to put a little bit more ink on this one while I work on the other one. Okay, so I'm done. I'm not doing a whole lot to my eyebrows. You definitely do not want to run the risk of doing too much or going outside of the lines, and so that is good for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the dye on and let it sit for probably about 10 minutes, and then I'll wipe it all off. So completely lost track of time as I was recording this video, and I forgot that I have to go pick up my son at school, and I have to leave the ink on my face for, 15 minutes. So here I am driving to pick up my son. I've got ink all over my face. The plan is when I get to the parking lot, I'm gonna get out a water bottle and try to get this off my face because I can't go pick him up looking like this. All right, so I'm gonna have to finish this video while in the car because I've got to wipe all of the ink off now to go pick up my son. You'll notice, you can already see, these are all little tattoo strokes right in here, but they just look like hairs. It's already looking awesome. Okay, so I'm back from picking up all my kids. I dropped them off at home, back at my office, and now I'm gonna go ahead and assess the situation and see if there's any spots on my eyebrows that I need to do a few more hair strokes. Okay, so when I first glance, I can tell that I need to do a couple more that go a little higher right here. You'll notice on this eyebrow, I went a little higher with those strokes, which is the kind of the look that I'm going for. So I'm just gonna do a couple more there. I also probably will do like one more stroke right here to kind of bring that out a little bit more. I'm missing a couple right there, and then one right there. There's kind of a little bit of a bald spot right there. And then also a little bald spot right there. So let's go ahead and get started with round 2. Okay, I think I've done enough. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more over it. I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been on for 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it off, and then we'll see how it all looks. All right, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. You can tell that it has a very natural feel to it. I didn't change the shape of my eyebrows, but I definitely filled in some areas that were sparse. I brought up the hairline just a little bit right here at the top, and this part was a little bit bare, and so I also added a little bit to the bottom of the front on each side, and then just brought it out a little bit further on the edges, but that's about it. Otherwise, I just have a little bit more on the inside, so it looks like I have a little bit more volume in my eyebrows, and I'm really happy with the results. All right, now that I'm finished, I'm gonna go over some tips on how to take care of your eyebrows after you microblade them. You do not want to get them wet or wear any makeup at all for at least a week. They say 10 days, but I usually do about 7 days. So I'm not gonna get this wet at all. When I wash my face, I'm just gonna wash all around, but I'm not going to get my face wet even when I wash my hair. Definitely do not want to have any oils or lotions on your eyebrows during that time as well. Now it's going to start scabbing in a few days, and you do not want to pull the scabs off. If you pull the scab off, it will take the tattoo right off. One time I did my eyebrows probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I had like a big scab and I pulled it off and it took the tattoo right with it. So definitely do not pull off the scabs. Now the great part of doing it at home is maybe tomorrow I might look at my eyebrows and decide, you know what, I think I need an extra little hair stroke right here and up there. And the great thing is if you have it at home, you can just go in and add a little hair stroke. All of these products can be found on my Amazon store under the category Microblading. Head over to my Instagram page if you want to follow all of the behind the scenes. I do a lot of tips and tricks there, and I'm pretty much on there every day showing you the behind the scenes of all of the procedures I'm doing on a weekly basis. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely hit the subscribe button below, and we will see you next Wednesday at 2 p.m.